Visit G2A.com for the lowest digital game prices on the market. I've always wanted to do that. Anyway, let's get right into the video. Alright guys, what's going on? It's Jack and welcome back to another video. And please let me know down in the comment section if any of you thought that you were actually watching a Blame Truth video for a split second there. Let me know if I got any of you. I've always kind of wanted to do that. I actually wanted to do a Blame Truth impersonation type of video at one point in time, but I just thought, nah, that's no. But doing that intro, I've always kind of wanted to do it. So I hope you guys found it a little hilarious. I hope you got a chuckle out of that. But anyway, let's get into the nitty gritty of this commentary. So 120 hertz is absolutely amazing when it comes to gameplay. I just started experiencing it earlier this week ever since acquiring an Xbox Series X, and I'm absolutely loving it with a capital L. And really, every single person that I've talked to said that you're not going to want to go back, and I absolutely positively do not want to go back. As a matter of fact, going back to 60 hertz, specifically in this game specifically with Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, which by the way, today I actually spent pretty much the majority of my day playing, which I'll go into in a minute. It really does make a difference in terms of, you know, how games are made nowadays and how they're optimized. And granted, some gameplay developers, some developers just in general overall do a better job than others. But with my personal experience, you are at a strict disadvantage if you are in a cross-gen play that may not be that well optimized, especially, and of course with a game with like a fast time to kill and stuff like that with Call of Duty, you may be at a disadvantage, a really big disadvantage, a significant disadvantage if you are, when you're playing a game like that, because with my experience when I booted up Black Ops Cold War, at first it was the same shit, different day. I don't know if it's because because it was the first session or whatnot and it hadn't, you know, synchronized properly or whatever. I don't know what it was, but all I know is when I booted it up 24 hours later, it has been butter ever since. The hit detection, you name it, the hit detection, the connection overall, everything. And I don't reverse boost. I haven't bought a Netgear Duma router or whatnot like that. I don't cheat. That's my experience. It's literally night and day even with that game. I mean, Black Ops Cold War still has its problems. It deserves every bit of criticism and all the shit that people are giving it because they're absolutely right. But I could tell you it is a big difference. It makes a game a lot more enjoyable when your bullets are connecting the way they should be connecting instead of randomness and delays in the hit detection, all that kind of stuff. So it's a big difference. I want my bullets to connect. I want my game to feel smooth. It's as simple as that. Those are my standards at this point when it comes to Call of Duty. Just let my bullets connect and let the game be, you know, let the game operate the way it should be at a certain degree. It doesn't have to be perfect, but there are certain things that you expect from your Call of Duty. So again, that's one of the reasons why the game itself is drawing so much criticism. Fans have expectations and they've gone backwards instead of forwards. That's the ultimate problem. But going back to my problem, a further problem with the 120 hertz. Now, it is absolutely great, but if you're a content creator and or streamer, and if you don't have a lot of the top of the line latest stuff, you know, thousands and thousands of dollars worth of stuff, and mind you, as of recently, because with all the accessories as well as the console, the Series Elite 2 controller, which I absolutely love, and it's even better than the original Elite. And the protection plans, Geek Squad for the monitor, and the year protection plan for the Xbox Series X, and all that kind of stuff. Everything together costs $1,200. It's a lot of money. You know, whether we have the money to dish it out or not without worrying about it doesn't matter. It's still a lot of money. You know, and if you appreciate the dollar and you understand what it takes to make that kind of money, it's a lot of money. So basically, the problem with 120 hertz is that, I mean, I want to, as I've said, I want to not only play different games, but I also want to share my gameplay experiences with you guys on stream and or video. And as you guys know, I am slowly but surely, even though I'm enjoying Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War a hell of a lot more now because the game is actually playing the way it's at the very least supposed to be. Again, if you don't count some of the bullshit here and there, but for the most part, the consistency is a hell of a lot better and literally night and day with my experience than it was previously on a previous gen console or on the weak rig PC that I played it on as well. It is literally night and day difference, and it's a lot more fun. But the thing is, I'm still slowly but surely moving away from being just a Call of Duty channel. I have visions and dreams of changing things up, so to speak. And my personal thing now is that I want to be a person that just casually shares my gaming experiences with you, whether it's the occasional sweat fest when playing Call of Duty, or whether it's talking about or even reviewing a game that just came out or whatnot, or making a commentary about our first impressions about a completely different game with gameplay in the background and all that kind of stuff. And going back from 120 hertz back to 60, especially with Call of Duty or games like it, or actually shooters in general, I would say, is something I really don't want to do. For single player games, sure, whatnot. But the thing is this, as far as Call of Duty is concerned, theater mode may come in clutch, actually. But the gist of the problem is that if you want to retain your gameplay of your gaming experience of high refresh rate at, like, let's say 120 hertz or more, more obviously if you're a PC player, while streaming at 1080 60, you are basically going to need not just some equipment that you get, but you need to make sure that the PC or whatnot is strong enough to where you can actually handle that. And unfortunately, according to the research I've done a ton of research, I've talked to a ton of people in the DMs, unfortunately, it is something that is, in my current state right now, it's just not something that I can do unless I'm extremely lucky and there's something else. I've even looked into HDMI splitters and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I'm still going to continue to do research or whatnot because I still want to, sharing the gameplay experience is the cherry on the cake for me personally. But overall, definitely not complaining because I'm just having the gaming experience. I'm enjoying it, and I actually saved a couple $1,000s by going with the Series X and the accessories as opposed to a PC and its accessories. But the thing is that streaming is going to be something that I am going to be not doing for a while unless there's like a single player game out there that is not a shooter that is that runs at 60. That would be different, but the thing is, for the most part, I like to play shooters, and whenever I do play something else, I'm pretty sure that the experience on 120 is still going to be better than 60 if certain games that are not shooters allow that sort of thing. Because as far as consoles go, for games that are not shooters, they're limited to like 60 frames per second, unless you're on PC and where you can play with your settings. But with console, you're a lot more limited in terms of the way you can play with your settings as compared to a PC. So that is the dilemma, and unfortunately, it sucks because I really wanted to stream everything. I wanted to stream my entire session today with Black Ops Cold War with you guys. I wanted to, I really Halo as well. I mean, you name it. I really wanted so. And the thing is, ultimately, from what I think of it, and some of you guys in the comment section, you're more than welcome to help me out on this, but it's probably going to cost, I don't know, maybe at least another $1,000 or so, just to be able to do that, to retain my 120 frames per second gameplay experience while streaming at 1080 60, to get all the equipment and to make sure the PC is up to specs and stuff like that. Unless I am wrong, and unless there's something in the research that I've done over the last 48 hours that I misunderstood or something like that, trust me, I've done it. I've even talked to people that are a hell of a lot smarter than I am. So yeah, that is the dilemma with the 120 frames. So basically, there's two problems with 120 frames, or like three problems. The people that are stuck on last gen are at a disadvantage, depending on the game they play as well. But for the most part, you are at a disadvantage, at least from what I've seen. And again, it also depends on the game as well. For a game like Halo, it wouldn't affect as much as it does with Call of Duty, because we all know how Call of Duty is doing shit nowadays. But there's that. There's the streaming thing if you're a content creator and or streamer, and the fact that you just don't want to go back once you experience it. Really, it's kind of like you got two gorgeous women. One of them treats you like shit, and the other one treats you fairly nicely and just treats you right. So which one do you think you're going to go to? But anyway, guys, that's all I got for this one. Let me know down in the comment section your experience, your opinions, your knowledge, anything. And I hope you got a chuckle out of the intro. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.